Okay, so we're recording this Zoom about Instagram ads, and I was just telling the ladies on here, guys, that I'm sorry I did not have a visual. I wanted to put together a PowerPoint, but I just got my little guy to bed finally because he's just been in pain, and it's just been kind of a long day. So, Instagram ads. I hope you guys are ready to take notes, but I'll get a Google Doc to all of you as well. And first of all, first thing I want to share with you is that Gary Vee was talking about Instagram influences. Do you remember that during his speech? And he was like, if you're not on Snapchat, get on Snapchat. He was like super scary. And then he was like, you need to step out of your box and get familiar with like Instagram influencers. And I actually knew what he was talking about. And so that made me feel like really cool because this is something that Bridget and I tried and Amanda and Melissa tried because they had heard Melissa had heard from some of the top coaches that this was kind of an up and coming trend rather than Facebook ads was to use these Instagram influencers. Are you following so far? Okay. And so you do not have to be active on Instagram. This really has absolutely nothing to do with your Instagram account itself. Probably be nice to be active on Instagram because obviously the people you're going to be forming connections with are Instagram users, but I haven't touched my Instagram account in like a year. And I still had great success with this. So let me tell you what you are going to need, okay? Make sense? You are going to need to download the app Kik on your phone. Kik, K-I-K. And Bridget, feel free to like interrupt me at any point because Bridget and I actually did not touch base about this. I mean, we both have done the ads, but we didn't touch base. I did touch base with Amanda today to make sure that I covered everything that I wanted to cover. So I have a ton of notes to go through, just no visual yet. So download Kik, and your kids use Kik. That's too funny. It's like a messenger app, right? Okay, and you're gonna need it, which seems really weird. You can also, I heard Gary Vee mentioned that sometimes email too, but I used Kik, okay? So you're gonna need Kik.
Kik is kind of like a way you can text people without getting their phone number, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. So like Gary Vee said, I'm sure you could use email for some of these Instagram influence accounts, probably have email links listed, but I would think that Kik would be easier, faster, like Bridget said, and Nicole just said that she's used it to, instant message people in other countries. Yes. So you're going to need Kik. And don't worry, it's really intuitive. Like I had never even heard of it before. It's not hard. Okay. You're going to need some professional pictures of yourself. Okay. So if you can even find a buddy who's got a camera and you get something done, I don't care if you're in love with the pictures, but find something to use that will work. Does that make sense? Don't let that be the thing that holds you back by saying, I don't really like my pictures, or it's going to be a 2-hour ad. So who cares? Okay. I'm just being real with you. If all you've got is a family picture or a headshot, like it's okay. I used 4 different images and I will give you examples of what I used. Fitness or regular clothes. I used fitness pictures. And you're going to want something that's eye-catching. Okay, and I'll show you guys some examples of what I used. I tried 4 different images because the guy I spoke with had indicated that might be that he would suggest trying more than one option to see what people gravitated towards. But it should be something that catches the eye and also has some text associated with it. And like I said, I can even screen share and show you what I used if I can find them. I should have been more prepared. I apologize. But I can also show you what Melissa used. Okay, so I can even put these in the Google Doc for you guys. But it was a nice fitness photo. I tried some that were more body shots. I tried some that were more head shots. And it said, one of them said like help wanted. And one of them said like make fitness your business. Okay, pretty simple eye-catching images. Are you following so far? Okay. So you're going to need Kik. You're going to need professional photos. And I say professional because Instagram is it's obviously photo motivated, right? So you don't want to put like a crappy picture of yourself up there because it's not going to catch anybody's eye. Okay. Hi, Bethany. I invited Bethany to the call, guys, and Bethany, just to fill you in on what we've talked about so far. I was saying that I was wishing that I had a visual, but it's just been a really weird couple days at my house. I do not have a visual. So be ready to take notes, and then I'll give you guys a Google Doc with everything that you'll need too, okay? But the first thing you're going to need, I'm just doing a quick recap for Bethany, you're going to need Kik, and I'll put this in the Google Doc. It's K-I-K. Kik. It's an app. It's like an instant message app. So I'll put these in the notes. Kik. You're also going to want a clear, bright, professional photo of you. I would think workout photos would be better, but if you don't have anything to work with yet, do what you can work with, okay? You are going to need time, and none of us have time. And I'm well aware of that, okay? So that's part of the reason I'm not doing this call with our entire downline, because some people, and I'm not saying this in a disparaging way or that I don't love everybody on our team, but some people are struggling to put in the time for the basic 4 vitals for this business to begin with. And they're struggling to overcome objections and invite people to the coaching opportunity who are just in their challenge groups. So this is probably not the direction they want to go. Bridget, would you agree? It's time consuming, okay?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep, time consuming. And yep, you're going to need, so I'm going to add that in my time. None of us have time, but you can make the time to make it work for you, okay? But you're going to have to pick a time. Like, don't pick a weekend where you're out of town to start this, okay? And you are going to need a short, strong coach open house system. I'm writing this down for you. I would say 3 days. And I'm going to talk about a couple different formats that we have tried, okay? And you are also going to need to be good at heavy follow-ups. Okay? Is everybody on par with me for these 5 things? I'm not saying the time thing to scare you, but I just don't want you to be like, I think I'll try that Instagram thing tomorrow. And then you're like, holy crap, this is a lot of time and energy communicating with these people. I felt like Amanda was like, try this. And I was like, okay. And so I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pulling my hair out. And it all worked out okay. But I know now that I will plan when I will sit down and do this a little more effectively, okay? So those are the 5 things you'll need. What your basics of this are going to be. And I really don't want to keep you for the full hour. So I want to kind of go through the basics, but I said I'll give you type for all this with the scripts to use, okay? Basically what you're going to do is you're going to be looking for a large Instagram account. And I will give you guys some examples of ones that you can use, okay? So the account that I contacted, he has ties. He's an Instagram influencer for 12 different accounts. So things like how to get great abs, healthy, clean recipes, whatever. I don't remember what all of them, like butt workouts, you know?
How to get a booty.
How to get a booty. Like random health remedies. Amanda did one, and I'll share this one with you. That's this guy's called Top Forms Physique, and he again has links with all these different large Instagram accounts. By large Instagram accounts, I mean like viral Instagram accounts with millions of users or several thousand. Are you following me so far? So how do you find these accounts? You've got to kind of dig, and I'll give you a couple examples, and you can either use these or use these guys as examples of kind of what to start looking for. I wouldn't stress out too much if it fits in a ton with your brand. Obviously, that would be ideal, but like how to get great abs does not fit in with my brand right now because I don't have any abs. It doesn't matter because the people you're going to be pulling from that ad will either going to click with you or they're not. Does that make sense? So you got to find one of these giant Instagram accounts. And all you're going to do is and you'll know if they're on Kick because it'll say in their description, right? You're going to kick them a message and be like, hey, do you do paid shout outs for businesses? Are you following so far? And they're going to say yes or no. But most likely, if they've got an email or a Kick user, they do paid shout outs for businesses. And Bethany, you missed this part. It doesn't matter how active you are on Instagram because you're going to drive these people to your Facebook, okay? So you're like, hey, do you do paid shout outs? And basically what you're going to do is it sounds sketchy and that it's like too weird to be real, but it's true. They're probably going to do sponsored ads, right? So they are going to put up your picture that we talked about with like help wanted or whatever in the script. And then I'm going to give you the script that you can post with your picture that worked for me and it worked for Bridget and it worked for Melissa and it worked for Amanda, right? I'll give that to you, the wording, and you could change it a little bit to fit it's your ad, right? They're going to put your picture with the script up for 2 hours, maybe an hour, depending on what their like package is that they're going to sell you. You're going to PayPal them the money. They're going to put it up for you on these giant Instagram accounts. Does that make sense? The reason you're not seeing this stuff on Instagram is because it's going to be up for a limited amount of time. So unless you happen to be on when one of these ads is going on. Now, Melissa happened to be on Instagram and saw Bridget's ad. And so she responded to Bridget, Melissa McAllister. She's like, I want to join your team, but like, you're not seeing the stuff if you're an Instagram user because they're putting it up for an hour or two and they're taking it down. That's why it's effective because it's not spamming everybody, right? So with a guy I contacted, I took a big risk with this, guys, because I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to try it. So he ran my ad for 2 hours on 12 different Instagram accounts. So it reached like, I don't know, how many millions of people, Bridget, did it reach?
2.5 million.
Okay. 2.5 million people saw this ad for 2 hours. And what it's asking you to do in the script that I will give you in the Google Doc, I promise, right after this call, it's asking you to email me if you want to join my fitness business, basically, right? So there are people who do not follow the instructions. Most people don't. And they don't email you. They put their email in the comments below. Okay? But some people email you. So I think I got like, I don't even know how many. I should have looked. 40 people emailed me. But then all these different people dropped their email below. So I think by the end, I had about 100 emails. You own those emails, guys. This is why it's worth your time and money. Are you following me so far? So I get all these emails, and this is where the hard work comes in. You pick your time and your day that you're going to run your ad, but then guess who has to be glued to gathering all those emails? You. So that's why you don't want to like pick a time where you're going to be at swim lessons with your kids, because then the ad's gone, and so are those emails. If you didn't collect them, you're screwed, because not all these people are going to email you and follow the instructions. Most of them will not. So I went through and I waited till towards the end of my 2-hour window, and I copied and pasted it. Now I'm on 12 different Instagram accounts. This was a lot to take on for my first ad. Just doing one might be a nice way to test the waters and see how it goes. I copied and pasted all these emails into a Google Doc. Okay? And then some people emailed me. So that's the first step. And again, I outlined this step by step in the doc I'll give you. Okay?
Can I explain what I did too for mine?
Yes, please do explain.
So the first time I was kind of nervous to do the big one that Jess did, because I'm like, gosh, I don't know. That seems like a lot of money. It seems like a lot of time. I kind of want to see if it works first. So I just did one page that I searched on my own, and I saw that person had a Kick account, and I liked the page. It kind of was my brand, and it had like a good following of numbers. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to see. So they responded, yes, they do paid shout out. So I picked this time on Sunday morning, I think. And for 2 hours, I kind of sat on the computer while it ran, and I just copy and pasted the emails as they were dropped in the comments below. And I probably only got like 15, which is better than nothing. But once I kind of, reached out to those people saying, here are the next steps. You draw them into Facebook by giving them a link to your 3-day coach sneak peek, where then you're going to explain more about what you do. You'll find that not everybody answers. So 13 emails sounds exciting, right? But I think I only got like 6 to even respond, even if I kept following up. So just know that you're not going to get everybody that's going to actually follow through. So I kind of got a little frustrated with that one, and I decided to go big or go home, and I did a second one like Jess, and I did.
Were you losing you?
12 pages at once, and I paid the $200. Am I better now? I think I'm back.
You're back.
Okay. This internet might not be great here. So just know that it might be like half the people. So I got 100 emails, and maybe 50 people came into my sneak peek. All right. And I'm actually still talking to a lot of those folks still. So it takes a lot of time because you're going to have to copy and paste. So I sat at the computer for those 2 hours. And as people would drop their, emails in, I would quick grab their Instagram name, and then I would grab their email, and I would put them. So you kind of want a spreadsheet ready to go that says Instagram name, email, and what page they came from. So that might be helpful too, to kind of have that Google spreadsheet ready, because I was cutting and pasting, and then I would scroll to the next page, cut and paste, scroll to the next page, and then I would circulate back through, and I would see if my guy that Jess worked with too, he sent me screenshots of all of my emails.
That's awesome. He didn't send me anything. So that's awesome.
If I had to sit there for the 2 hours, but I still did because I didn't know, and I didn't want to lose all those emails. So he sent me all of them in screenshots after I was done.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That was really helpful, Bridget. Thank you. She's right on. Like, it's going to take time. So you're following how the ad goes up, how you collect the emails. You could spend $10. You could spend, I spent $200, 200. Really scary to admit that to you guys, but it's paid for itself already and then some. So it was an investment worth taking, but you won't have to do that if it makes you feel uncomfortable, okay? You got to work within your own budget. So they're going to launch this ad for you. You collect the emails, okay? I'm going to give you the script for the ad that you can tweak as you like or whatever. And then you're going to email all those people, like Bridget said, and I can give you this email too, just thanking them for their interest in your ad and inviting them to be part of your Coach Sneak Peek on Facebook and giving them the link. Are you following so far? So in addition to following up with all these people individually after you've collected their emails, you're seeing where the time commitment comes in, right? Then you better have your Facebook sneak peek ready to rock. Okay? So this is really, really important. So I want you to take notes on this because this is something Amanda wanted me to emphasize to you guys, and she's right. So whatever day you run your ad, you need to follow up with those people that day. Why? Because leads go cold if you have not followed up within 24 hours. They're not interested anymore. They've moved on to the next great thing. Okay? So again, that's why you need to say, if I'm going to run my ad on a Sunday a Sunday morning, then by Sunday evening, I better have followed up with everybody. And by Monday morning, I better get that coach sneak peek rocking. You can't let a lot of time go by, or they'll have lost interest in, forgotten who they commented to, etc. Okay? So make sure you keep that in your mind. Like once you committed to this, it's kind of time sensitive. Okay?
I also would add, if you could think about this as well. So like Jess said, you want to respond that day. You might want to build in 1 day of a buffer before your coach sneak peek starts, because some people don't respond. They don't check their emails. I would also have time to send a second follow-up. Hey, if you didn't get my first email, you know, my coach sneak peek's running tomorrow. I can't wait to tell you more. I'm going to do live video starting on Wednesday at 8 p.m. telling you more. So like that day helped me get organized and like follow up and like figure out who went and added themselves onto Facebook, so then I could match it up with who hadn't responded. I mean, I have to say it's a cluster, you guys, but it's super exciting too. So you just have to know that it's like kind of crazy, but it's really exciting to get all these people that actually are, you know, interested and want to hear more. So
I agree with Bridget. You're going to get emails that bounce back. You're going to get people who don't respond. I mean, I don't know. It's insane. It's a cluster for sure. But yes, she's exactly right. I think giving yourself a day buffer, but getting them added to that group and having something in there for them to look at is key. Okay? Don't just let them sit in outer space. So usher them into your group, the whole process. Other than I've still got people I'm talking to too from that first ad, right, that I did before Summit. So the whole process that you're committing to is going to be at least a week. But then you're going to have some like danglers out there, and I don't know. I'm hoping they'll still do something, but you never know. But a week, I'm saying, from the time you place your ad, then you've got like a buffer, then you do a 3-day sneak peek, then you're going to keep your group open and kind of like tie up loose ends and be personally messaging people. Then you're going to, again, you need to have a system in place. You're going to get them plugged into a new coach training or a challenge group or something. Again, don't just leave them hanging out in outer space. Okay. So, Amanda, this is, okay. I'm just looking through my notes. So I think my group ended up being about 75 people. I had really good results, guys. 75 people in my sneak peek. Of those, I had 4 that signed as coaches. So you've got to realize, like, even though it's super, super exciting, I think 4 signing as coaches is pretty dang great. But there's a lot of people I never heard back from, even after they joined the group, even after I messaged them to follow up. You know, so, but I also feel like I gained 75 contacts on Facebook. So that's huge. So did I pay for my $200 ad? Yeah. Because I literally made $200 from signing those 4 coaches, but that's an investment in these women, and they were quality too, which was surprising to me. Unlike a lot of Facebook ads I've placed, where a lot of the people I get seem really sketchy, and there's some sketchy people in here too. But so I feel like I got my money's worth, and then some. Would I do it again? Yes. So you get them in this group, and I followed Melissa McAllister's sneak peek format pretty closely, and I will give that to you guys. Amanda did 2 for her first ad, and then she's like, I feel like most of these people need more information right up front, and I need to load the group heavy in the front with who I am and what this opportunity is, rather than make it sneak peeky where you're kind of like leading up to it, you know? So she had better results when she approached it that way. And so that's what she suggested you do, is you start the group by doing an intro video of yourself, be very vulnerable, give a brief explanation of what you do, what the expectations are of the group. Am I talking too fast? And then she said, say, I'm going to go live tonight and explain what I do as a coach, what Beachbody is. I'm going to go live. No, she says, I'm going to go live and explain, or maybe she posted a video explaining all of it. She said, watch it, and then I'm going to go live for a Q&A. So she said she did like a 20-minute introduction to what she does as a coach and really, really explained it, which she did not do the first time. She more led up to that and like breadcrumbed. And she said that she felt like she got a better connection with people when she was more like, hey, this is me, this is what I do, and then reversed that and breadcrumbed afterwards with tidbits here and there. Does that make sense? So, yeah, she said she made a 20-minute video explaining pretty much everything that they needed to know, asked them to watch it, and then went live for Q&A. She said something that she learned from Melissa is stay on live as long as you need to with people who are asking questions. So that was all day one. And I will put this all in a Google Doc for you guys, so don't stress out if your notes aren't perfect. The next day, she made slides about the business opportunity, and she just recorded her own call and presented it in the group for them. That kind of broke things down for people who want visuals, okay? And then again, went live later to answer questions in the evening. And she always just told them, I'm going to go live at 8:30. You know, now's your chance to answer questions. If you can't be on, post questions here. I don't want to talk too fast, guys. She said that one thing is really important, and I would agree, be completely authentic and be you to attract your avatar. Out of 100 people in this group, I would say that I signed 4 coaches. I would say that 2 of them definitely seem to be my avatar. Okay? 2, we'll see. The other 2 are really young. So I was kind of surprised that they signed with me because I seem to feel kind of old, but whatever. That's cool. They're enthusiastic. That's awesome. But she said, don't worry about like, am I placing my ad to reach my market? You know, you be you in the sneak peek, and the people who are you want on your team are going to be attracted to you and join you, right? The people who aren't, oh well, it's okay. All right. So she said, really be authentic and be you. Let your energy shine. Let your personality shine through, and you're gonna have people who are attracted to you. One thing that Bridget and I think we lost Bridget, but one thing that we both found important is to let them know you have a new coach training starting next week, and give them some sort of deadline towards the end of your week to like sign up, or let them know you have a challenge group starting, a new coach training, whatever you have. Bridget, I was saying that it's important to let them know at the end of, so do your strong 3-day sneak peek, and then, you know, you can still post throughout the week to kind of wrap it up just a little bit here and there so that they're getting notifications, okay? And then let them know that you want to post how to sign up with you as a coach, but let them know that you have a new coach sneak peek coming up, or you have a challenge group coming up. Give them some sort of sense of deadline or urgency so that the thing doesn't drag on for a million years, okay? Friend people around day 2. And again, that's your chance to kind of dig through the people in the group. I know I did, and there's a few people who I thought were creepy, and so did I friend them? No. Because I paid for this ad, I don't need to friend people who are creepy. I don't know, Bridget, if you found the same, but yeah. Let's see. She said, what else and what other insight do I have?
I think the key really is in the messaging after, because some people you won't even know commented in the group, and then you message them. And I got one girl that was like, oh, I was planning on signing up today.
Yep.
And I'm like, with me? Like, what? Like, you never commented. You never messaged me. And the important part is really just, you know, going back to that Google, you know, sheet. And I made then columns like, did I friend request them? Did they accept? Did I message them? Did they respond? Just because it's like a lot. Then you can tell like who you still need to message. Some people don't say anything in the group.
Agreed. And Amanda said, and I would agree with her, 2 of my 4 people, 2 of my 4. Yes, she said, if you can get them on the phone, get them on the phone. So that, and I know it's creepy and nobody wants to talk to people on the phone, but I know Bridget would agree. They want to know you're not just some weird lady on Instagram, okay? So if they've got a lot of questions, just be really personable and say, hey, why don't we schedule a time to chat, okay? And bring me your questions. And really, I think the magic was in the messaging. She said she sends, and I did not, a final email out towards the end of that first week, reminding them again, because she's like, some people won't have even joined your group yet. They'll be like, oh yeah, I meant to do that. And they'll hop in late. So she said, you know, get them in there and say, hey, check through the information at your convenience and let's schedule a time to talk. Okay? So she really hits those follow-ups hard. She keeps, and I have not run more than 1 ad yet, but she keeps that same group open, just removes the information and keeps people in, because she's like, unless they're creepy, because she's like, maybe they didn't jump on board the first time, they never got around to it, but they'll jump on board the second time. So she's like, I don't care if I've got a group rolling with 300 people in it, because eventually some of them might come around, you know? I sent a lot of one-on-one Facebook follow-up messages just saying, hey, you know, are you just wondering what questions you have about, you know, joining my team, blah, blah, blah. Kept it short and simple. Really invited them to connect with me. Could we chat on the phone? Let's see if there's anything else I have written down that I think it's really important. I think just not overwhelming them with information, but giving them what they need to know. They know they signed up for some sort of online fitness business, right? But they're maybe not sure exactly what you do. So I think the more you can just let your personality shine and your story shine, but also give them the facts and respect their time, not like drag it out forever. That's important. I don't know. That's kind of what I had, other than, one more tip. When you start reaching out to your people on Kik, I'm sorry, I'm kind of scattered, on Kik or on, via email, I did Kik for Instagram, make sure that you're really, really clear about what time zone they're in. Okay. She said she worked with some dude that was in like the UK and he was like 6 hours off of her. And so that can be confusing. So make sure that you're clear on what time zone they're in and what time zone you're in. Because if your ad runs at a time that you are like asleep, you've wasted your money. So make sure that you're just really, really clear. Really, really organized going into this. And I am not an organized person at all. Like, it's very out of my comfort zone to do something like this, but I just kind of put the cart before the horse and tried it, and it really, really had great results for me. I'm still having conversations with some of these women. So Bridget, anything? I know I was kind of scattered. Bridget, anything else you want to add? And then let's take some questions.
Yeah, the Kik people usually give you some options. Sorry, my internet sucks, you guys.
No, you're fine.
My Kik people usually would give me options for posts, like time frames. So you might get to pick, what works for you. Or some came back and they were so expensive, and I just was like, no, I'm going to pass on this one. I'm not going to spend $500 to do one ad. So just shop around, do what you feel comfortable with. Like I did that first one just because I just wanted to see, and it was kind of smaller and it was less money. And then I just realized, you know what? This is kind of cool, so I'm going to try the bigger one. So, do whatever you feel like is comfortable. Just maybe think about the time of day. When I did the 12 pages running at once, it was at noon on a Tuesday, and I got 100 emails. So like a lunchtime is good when people are at work. They're checking Instagram. Nighttime would be good. Morning would be good. I think maybe like a random time during the day may not be. But again, these pages have tons of followers, so maybe that's not as big of a deal. Obviously, it's going to be what works for you and your schedule as well. But yeah, just kind of know there's a lot of people out there that you can contact, and you'll find it once you're scrolling through these pages. So don't feel like you're married to one. If they give you like a bad quote, and you're like, no, it's for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I did post the 3 pictures that I used and which one was the best one for me so that you could see in the VIP group. It was the one with me wearing my hood and you can see the swimsuit underneath and all it says is help wanted. It was my face. I did the fitness one, jumping in the air, that said like accepting applications. That one wasn't as good. Make fitness your business with the hood on didn't do as good as just help wanted. So I would say maybe like a close-up of your face if you have one.
I would second Bridget in saying I did 4 different, a couple that were like fitness poses and a couple that were more headshots, and they must like hoods because I had one that was a hood. I was looking right at people, and I believe it said, I will double check and I will give all these images to all you guys, but I think it's just that help wanted too. It was simple. Keep it simple. People want to stop their scroll, but they don't want to have to read your whole blurb on their picture. Okay, on the picture. So, hey, Chung.
Sorry, so late.
No, you're totally fine. I'm gonna get all this to you in a Google Doc too, so you're totally fine.
I miss you all. I miss you all.
Hi, we miss you. So questions, because you probably have a lot. Because I know when Amanda told me about this, I didn't even understand what she was talking about, like at all. I think most of our conversation about it was via text, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll try it. Because I trust that if it worked for Melissa McAllister, it could work for me too, right? So I didn't know. So questions, because you're getting more explanation than Bridget or I probably did coming in. Tracy.
I have just super quick. When you did your graphic for it, what app did you use?
I used Rana Design.
Ditto.
Okay. Thank you.
And I just used a white font, and I'll show you guys. I just use a white font, help wanted. I mean, it's really basic. But I based mine off of Melissa's, really, minus the abs. The app, Rachel, was Rana Design.
The cursive on Rana, I like. It's pretty professional. You can get some really good writing. You can't see that, can you?
Yeah. And we'll share the images that we used. Other questions? Don't be shy.
So I had a quick question. Great info, and I apologize if you already said this, but
Don't apologize.
So let's say I find my person, find my company that I want to have, you know, do the influencing. What is the time that, I mean, from the time that I say, yeah, let's do this thing, and they can actually post it? I mean, if I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go, is it going to be like, well, we can't get you in for like 3 days? Or is it kind of like, yeah, we've got spots open today?
Yeah.
It's kind of right away.
It depends. Like, I think on the weekend, if you contact them, they might be booked for the weekend. But like my guy was like Friday, and he didn't have anything till Sunday, so I took it. But then the second time I decided to do it, I contacted him at 11 and I said, I'm ready at noon. And he said, I can do it at noon.
Yep. I agree. My guy was like, I got time slots open at like 4 p.m. today. I was like, oh, I got ready today. He's like, how about tomorrow? I was like, okay. So I don't think it's a big, that's why, like I said, like when you decide you're ready to do this, like get your stuff together. I don't know if there's other little kids around. Sarah might have little ears, so get it together. But don't let it, okay, I don't want to, get your stuff together and do it and be organized, but at the same time, don't let that hold you back. Like, oh, I'm not going to be ready until next week. I'm not going to be ready until next month, or I'm not going to be, do it. Just do it. But also make sure that you realize the time investment. So don't pick tomorrow if you know you're booked all day. It's just, you're going to, yeah. So, okay, she's heard it out. That's good.
And then your kick person's going to say, some of them say, please send me your picture and your ad first before they even give you any rates, because they want to see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just email them to them?
Yeah.
Do you email them the picture and the ad? So are you kicking that?
I kicked it. Yeah.
Sorry, I giggled.
I kicked it, and then I paid my dude via PayPal, and I was like, Holy shit, what did I just do?
Well, I was wondering, I'm like, are they creepy? And they
Bro,
seem
right?
Yeah.
I
I
was
guess it could be, I don't know.
Yeah. I messaged Amanda and I was like, seriously, what if I just gave this random dude my money? Like, I don't know. It was really unlike me. If you guys know me, like I'm very like super grounded. I worry about everything. Like I really overthink things. This was totally out of my comfort zone. And I know Amanda said the dude she worked with, and I'll give you these guys too, at Top Forms Physique, was kind of a diva. And I mean, he did a nice job, but he was like, remind me to place your ad. And she's like, remind you, I just gave you like $100, dude. Like, but whatever, she got good results. So yeah, who knows? I don't know who these random people are that you're sending money to. So that was a little scary, but
So I have another question.
Yeah, bring it.
So when you run the sneak peek, would you advise that the sneak peek is really just strictly for these people? Okay.
Yeah.
So don't throw like your warm market peeps in. Okay.
Your hot leads.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
That's a good question. I did back-to-back sneak peeks 1 week for these Instagram people, and the next week I ran it with Bethany. And those
I
are
had
for my
two
warm
going
people.
on at the same time.
Yeah, those are for my warm people, the one I ran with Bethany, because I just felt like I just approached it slightly differently, because most of those people at least knew what Beachbody was. These people you're getting from Instagram, like they literally have no idea what they just signed up for. So you kind of have to start with ground zero, like, hi, I'm Jess. You heard of Insanity? You know, like, whereas most of the people in my warm lead sneak peek have been challengers, or at least like know me from Adam, you know? So, but I know Amanda threw a bunch of people in her group that she just put everybody together, because that's how she rolls. So you could do that.
I guess you just have to, you would just have to think about your presenting, like if you're in your live video, would you talk differently if they have no connection to you and they don't know what coaching is, and they, you know, if you feel like your message would be the same, you could try to put everyone in the same one. Or if you think your message is going to be a little bit different because they don't know you and you really want to, you know, like I tried to be super animated, you know, I use my hands when I talk, but I feel like I really wanted them to know more of who I was. I felt like I was trying a little harder. I don't know if that makes sense, but.
The live video part, I'm going to be honest, when Bridget and I did Amanda, her second round through, like I told you, where she front loaded with more information, she did more recorded videos. Okay. When Bridget and I ran our group, or ran our ads, the one where I signed my 4 coaches, I did like I think all live videos. It was a lot of pressure. I'm not gonna lie.
Sweating balls,
Yeah.
seriously, sweating.
Because like these people are literally watching me right now, and like if I screw up, like what kind of impression am I making? Whatever. But then I was like, you know what? They get to see me, and the women who signed up with me obviously liked me for me. So I don't know. It works both ways. Whereas recorded videos, I feel like a lot of times I overthink and redo and redo and redo and redo and redo. So a combination of live and recorded might be nice. Which is what Amanda did the second time around then. She went live to answer questions, to explain a few things, introduce herself, but she also did a few like, this is what Beachbody is, with some visuals to make sure she didn't like screw anything up or forget anything. So.
Did Amanda have a lot of people sign up?
Yeah, I think she has ran a couple ads. I think she has signed 7 people. But 2, she said, Susie, she was telling us this yesterday. I think she said 5 from an ad and 2 just from life. Like they were not. She signed 7 people, 4 this month already, but 7 people in general, but not all from the ad. So, but I should say, and I know this sounds really cheesy, but you guys know me well enough to know, I feel like I signed 4 people from my ad and then 2 from life. I just signed 2 from life this month without challenge packs. Boo. But I feel like something shifted in my confidence with recruiting, if that makes sense. Like I got more secure in overcoming objections and being confident in the opportunity that I was offering. I think I hadn't signed a damn coach in so long. I started to think that I really sucked at it. And I was telling myself that I was not good at recruiting. And I don't know if Bridget felt the same way, but I felt like, wow, once I had like this complete stranger being like, that sounds like a really great opportunity. You know, it is a great opportunity. So I feel like something in the energy I was putting out there to like the universe or whatever, like my attitude and my confidence with recruiting really shifted. And before you knew it, then I signed 2 more coaches, not from the ad. So I feel like if anything else, even if you run a small ad and you sign 1 coach this month from that, I mean, man, you just show that you can recruit a complete stranger who likes the opportunity that you're offering and likes your vibe. That's pretty cool, right? So I don't know if Bridget, if you would agree with that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we compare, you know, oh, so this coach is signing X amount of coaches. I mean, I was freaked out in my own head, like, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything this year, and I was getting in my own way. I started to doubt myself as a recruiter and as a leader. You know, I had people quitting left and right. I wasn't adding anyone, and it was for sure holding me back. So I think, you know, after some personal development, big time, and just telling myself, like, I am a good leader. People want to join my team, and like putting that vibe out there, it showed in those videos to strangers because I was excited. I'm like, who wouldn't want to get in shape and help other people, like, and earn money? You know, like, who wouldn't want to do that? So I think when you just psych yourself up, you know, once you get in those videos or the live with those people, just remember why you're here, you know, and what you love about it, and that's going to come across, and people are going to, like Jess said, it's advice. Definitely a confidence booster for sure.
Agreed. And I think going into with the mindset, and we hear this all the time, guys, but I really feel it's true, and I feel like it's something that's come from Melissa and has trickled down to us. If you guys heard her talk at Summit, is quality over quantity and real connection with people. And I think that's part of one reason I was resistant to do this, because I was like, these are strangers. Like, I want to recruit out of my challenge groups. I want to recruit people who know me. But at the same time, like, I did focus on quality over quantity with this. Am I bummed that I only got 4 people out of 100 in my group? No. Am I bummed that only one of those people might do something with the business? No. Because that one person might be that quality relationship that I'm looking for, right? So I still think if you're just you're going to be putting that quality relationship and caring vibe out there. Because I know Melissa and Amanda aren't giant recruiters, and that has trickled down to us because I'd rather have, like I said at Summit, build my team with bricks, not sticks. Like, build it with real people who really are passionate. So I'm cool if I sign less people. It was cool to get the contacts, if nothing else. Nicole, sorry, like all over the place.
Oh, well, I just had a random question. So have you guys tried the same picture and the same verbiage on Facebook at all, or in any other areas besides Instagram?
Bridget did.
And how did that work, Bridget?
Didn't you run it at the same time on Facebook?
Well, I'm trying to think. I ran the same one on Instagram on my own page, and I got someone that way.
Oh, okay.
Who signed up, but
Facebook to Instagram ad?
I don't think I ever did do it on Facebook. I might have posted it, but I never ran an ad.
Posted it. Okay. No, then I did not. Nicole, that's a good question. I thought maybe you did just because I saw it, Bridget.
I think I saw it too, but maybe you were just posting it and not doing an ad with it.
Yeah, I think I posted it and I didn't run an ad.
Now, could you? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that you could.
Yep.
I'd be really curious to
I was
compare.
wondering the different response because because Facebook has funky algorithms, so usually no one would see if it was something like that if you didn't run an ad on it, you know?
Right. I think you'd have to. So what if you spent $200 on a Facebook ad for the same thing? I would be very curious to know how it would do in comparison.
With like direct targeting and.
Yep.
But then you have to figure it out. You know, it's just it's going to take more time to figure it out with ads, less time to collect emails because you can do direct links and get everything that way. So it's the same because those other people already have like huge markets that are people interested in fitness too. So I was just curious if you had tried it to see what the results were between the two.
I did not. I'd be really curious to do it though.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
I like how you can go at, the pages are so targeted. You could go to target people that are actually already interested in health and already on a journey of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to do that on Facebook.
Yeah, and those people that are following, those Instagram people are following because they want to follow, whereas Facebook kind of interjects into your life.
Absolutely.
And I also liked, and you probably could do this on Facebook, I liked that it was a short amount of time that the ad ran. Does that make sense? Like on Facebook, when I've done Facebook ads, even when I've done ones that I deemed pretty successful, like they ran over an extended period of time, typically, like not just 2 hours, which gets then, it's just more of a process. I don't know if it's more of it's just a different process, I guess, to collect all those emails, but less work because you can link them directly. I don't know. It just would be different.
I have one more question. Did you guys use your email that you currently have, or did you create a specific one for this? Or would you recommend creating a specific, like a separate email just for this type of stuff?
I mean, my email for anything work related is like Fitness with Bridget, so it matches my Instagram name, and so I just keep it really uniform. It matches my Facebook name, so it's very reoccurring themed.
I just did my regular email because I didn't think that far ahead.
I was thinking that because my email is Nicole@thenaturalita, which people mess up like all the time. Like I should just use my Gmail.
I just use my regular Hotmail. Like,
I mean, most of the time they're just going to be dropping. It'll say, email me, and then you're going to put your email, or drop your email, and I put arrows below with how I can email you. And most of the people drop their emails, and then I probably got maybe 20, but if they don't feel comfortable dropping their email, they're going to email you.
It'd be nice for them to all just email and
I know. It was the ones that emailed
follow
me.
directions, and then they're a little bit interested.
I actually liked when they dropped it better because I could just throw it into my spreadsheet. But when they were emailing me, I had a harder time keeping who and what was their Instagram name, and I don't know.
That makes sense. I like the ones that emailed me because I could just hit reply. But I wasn't as organized with my spreadsheet. Clearly, I know I wasn't.
Question though, because if you're on Instagram, I'm assuming you guys were on the computer via Instagram copying and pasting and not on your phone, so you had tabs open with all the accounts?
No, I mean, I was on it on my computer, but I would type in the new account and I would go in, and then I would type in the next account and I would go in. I mean, you have 2 hours.
Like the tabs set up, because I use Google Chrome, so I didn't know if you could do that. But what you could do, you could even follow them on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You can follow them, and then you can go back to your followers and inbox them there too. Like if they didn't contact you, another way of following up. I don't inbox people on Instagram, but I know people do.
And you immediately the bottom of mine said, and follow me to watch my fitness journey, and tons of them added me, so then they could probably see cool. What's this chick about?
Yeah, that's good to add on to it.
Yeah.
I would want to follow someone. I'm one where I'd have to follow it before I'd put my information.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't.
So people that are like me would probably do that too. Like, who is this that I'm gonna email?
I mean, Jess will give you the copy, but mine said, I'm looking for 15 motivated women who want to get paid to inspire and motivate others throughout their own fitness journeys on social media. You do not have to be a fitness expert, nutritionist, or simply need to have a go-getter mentality and a heart to help others. A full step training is included. You can grow this to earn a full-time income working only a couple hours a day, depending on your efforts from your smartphone or laptop. Earn trips, become part of the most encouraging, supportive, like-minded folks around. Take this as a sign for serious change. I talked a little bit my own journey, and then I just said, please leave your email below or for consideration, or email me at.
Yep.
Also visit my page to see my fitness journey, and then I put my page.
Oh, yeah.
That's the gist of it. Anyway, in case you're wondering what it looks like.
And we'll give you that script for you to tweak to make your own.
If it doesn't sound like you, definitely, you know, change it around a little bit.
I don't know.
So I have a question for you guys.
Chong, I'm going to make a Google Doc. Chong, I'll make a Google Doc and give it to all of you guys. Yep. Susie, sorry.
That's okay. Just a thought. Do you guys know, to be able to do these shout outs, do they have to have some kind of special access, or could you, if you say had a friend that had a significant number of followers, could you ask them to post it on their Instagram account?
Sure could.
You know, because I'm just thinking I have a couple of people that are very active that have a number of followers, maybe, you know, obviously a combination between paid and asking people to put it on their page.
I don't see why not. I don't think there's anything special about these big accounts other than they've realized they have a huge following and it's a way for them to make money, right?
Right.
They don't have.
I have a coach on my team whose daughter is like, she's done a lot of physique competitions and things like that, and she's got a huge following on Instagram.
Yep, that'd be perfect.
So
That'd be perfect.
yeah.
And even if that's not necessarily your avatar, I think that that's okay because there still might be, your people might be in there, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like special about any of these people other than just a large following.
Okay.
They just got started really quick with Instagram and figured out how to tap a niche market that people wanted, and with the intention of being an influencer. Kind of Shalene does that because she has a variety of different accounts. She has her fashion account, her fitness account, her account where she tags people, her Instagram impact account. It's all to like grow her business eventually. So
Smart lady she is.
She's really smart.
mm-hmm.
And that I think was kind of Melissa's thinking in this was that this is kind of the new Facebook ad, you know, and eventually tons and tons and tons of Beachbody coaches are going to be doing this, and then we'll have to try something new, you know, but I know Melissa's got to sign off too. So I don't want to keep you guys. I've kept you an hour. Any other like pressing questions? I think I threw a lot at you. I hope that you followed okay.
In the wording, Jess, I think you said something about for your consideration. Are you making it sound like you would consider them to be on your team?
Yeah, I think definitely giving it a sense of, and I know Bridget said, I think mine said I'm looking for 12 women. Freaking, I'd take 25 women if they really wanted to do it, you know?
Like they have to apply. Essentially, they're applying. Yeah.
So I had
an ad, like, you know, when you submit your resume to something, you know that people are going to be kind of there, so they're on their best.
I had people who definitely messaged me. Like, I had some people who messaged me, emailed me that were like, I still want to be considered for this opportunity, and kind of gave me like talked about who they were and their journey. So it's kind of cool. Like, yeah, I tried to make it feel like a legit business opportunity, not like, hey, want to join my pyramid scheme? Give me your email. I'm weird. You know, like, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when this gets posted on the influencers page, is it like look like people know it's not coming from that person's account? They're just like, hey, check this out, or like how does it look to people who are viewing it? Does that make sense?
Well, so it's on their page. So it's like Fit Girl Inspire. That's the name of the page. And then it's, you know, it's your picture with your wording, and it's all your type.
Yeah.
So people aren't really paying attention, like who's posting it. They see that information and they just go from there.
Well, because these types of pages are posting, like if it's like a clean eating recipe page, they're posting stuff from all over the place.
They take people and they get other sponsors. Like you'll start seeing like bigger Instagram accounts like posting different pictures of food.
These pages are like people's.
We're losing her. Yeah, I mean, because these aren't personal Instagram accounts. They're like
Okay.
fit
Right.
daily moves, and so they're going to feature all sorts of different people who are posting, so it looks like a legitimate, because it is, a legitimate professional advertisement basically coming through with a business opportunity for them. So it's definitely not their personal Facebook page or Instagram page.
Like fitness
Like the detox teas a lot.
motivation.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to interrupt, Bridget. You'll see like the detox teas, and you'll see if you scroll a little bit on Instagram, you'll kind of see that it happens. It's been happening for a long time. I've just never thought of doing it, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. So,
I started blocking detox tea. If anyone started promoting it, I unfollowed.
so Jessica and Bridget, you've both done that paid Facebook ads training. Do you think this is a better use of our money or like at some point we should be trying to do both? Or like,
I say why not do both, but that's a huge time commitment. So I would say take one on at a time.
I say this is more feasible, like short term and like really moving your business. The other one I feel like takes months and like a lot of
Yeah.
time.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends on what your goal is. Is your goal to try a new way of recruiting, or is your goal to try a long-term building your brand on your Facebook like page?
Yeah.
So I'd say both are important, but I would invest in one
Right.
at a time.
It's kind of like if you're going to invest the money, though, it'd be nice to see that return right away. It's kind of like you're saying, it built your confidence up and made you feel better about recruiting.
Right.
So. Thank you.
Any other pressing questions, guys? Because it's late. It's almost hard. Was this helpful?
Yes, thank you for including me.
Yes, and I will work. Thank you guys for hopping on. I hope I was not too all over the place. I felt I wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be, but I didn't want to cancel another call. So I will put together the Google Doc. I'll get to work on it tonight. It may not be up till tomorrow morning, if that's okay.
No rush.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, ladies,
Thank you. Bye.
for your time. And follow me up with any questions, or Bridget, too. Bye, guys.